here's where I want to get to, right? Because the whole thing is, all right, I never partook in a concert. Technically, the only concert I partook in was my prom event when we were all like in the crowd and jumping and stuff. And that was like my one experience with like a large amount of people doing something like that. And I was not a fan of it then, still not a fan of it now. Not saying that you shouldn't be a fan of it. If it is what you like to do, it's what you like to do. You know what? It doesn't bother me. A tragic event just happened at a concert that Travis Scott just so happened to be the main star of, right? As of now, 8 people have died. I think somewhere a few hundred people were injured, and there's some more people in the hospital in critical condition. You know, I don't want to come off as insensitive or anything, right? When someone loses their life, when either going somewhere unexpectedly, you know, because you don't go to a concert expecting to die. I mean, if you were expecting to die, then I guess you went to the right concert, right? Oh, too soon. But you don't go to a concert looking to die. You go to a concert looking to enjoy your time there. And that's what many of the people who either ended up dead or injured or in the hospital, that's what they went to that concert for. I've seen lots and lots of opinions online of who's to blame. Is this person's fault? That person's fault? There weren't enough medical staff. They overbooked the show. All of this good stuff, right? And of course, Travis Scott is at the center of it because, I mean, he was the star of the show, right? I want to kind of look at it from a different perspective, right? I'm going to talk about a few things here. For one thing, I didn't even know that these large crowds were allowed during the pandemic. It's like 50,000 people. I didn't know that was the thing, but I guess it is. So, but it happened. So I don't listen to Travis Scott. I don't know if I've heard a song from him. I don't turn on my radio in my car. I know what he looks like because of this image here, but I know nothing about this guy. So I have no opinion on him as a person, as a musician, or anything like that. But what I want to say is I've seen a lot of comments saying, well, he didn't even stop the show. He doesn't care about his fans. It's all his fault. There's blood on his hands. He should have stopped. He hurt the crowd. Pointing the blame at Travis Scott, right? I don't think he's at fault here at all. I actually don't give him any % of the blame, right? I mean, for one, how can you control 50,000 people anyway? I say that because just hear me out. You could have your difference in opinion. Just leave it in the comment section down below and we'll talk about it. But just hear me out, right? It's like 50,000 plus people there. And I guess with the people that stormed in, yeah, more than that. For the people who are blaming Travis for this, I want to say, he's the, star of the show. There's 50,000 people chanting and cheering and waving and raging and doing whatever, right? And there's a lot going on at concerts. From what I know, people tend to pass out. You know, you're waiting in long lines. You've been there all day. It's hot. You're dehydrated. And then you're in tight crowds. It's hard to breathe, especially if you're not of height. People left and right bumping into each other. And, it could be a very stressful venue or event to be a part of. So that has to be kept in mind, right? So, but this happens often, right? People pass out at concerts all the time. They have their medical staff there. They take care of that stuff. So these kind of things are expected to happen. Well, the passing out part. Now, the issue I take with the people blaming Travis Scott was that when they said he should have stopped the show and stuff like that, and from what I saw, he did stop the show a few times to say, hey, that person passed out, that person passed out. So what I take from that is, I don't know, I'm just speculating here. But the problem I have is everyone's saying he doesn't care and he just went on with the show anyway for hours and it's his fault. This is a hindsight kind of thing, right? Because we got to see the results of what happened. During the show live, right, in his headset, whoever is talking to him, do you think they mentioned that, yo, Travis, some people are dead, bro? I don't know the guy at all, but I would think if, as a musician performing, if I heard some of my fans are dead, I would be like, well, let's stop the show and take care of this, right? So to say that he doesn't care, how can you say that when you don't know what if he was told that people were dying, then yes, I would say he doesn't care. He does take on some blame there. But the people who were in Travis Scott's headset, who even knows if they were aware of people dying on the ground, right? And there's like a ton of people working left and right. So that information most likely did not even get to Travis in the first place. It's all up to the organizers of the event to handle these kind of situations. They were obviously underprepared based like security wise, medical staff wise, because even if no one barged in or snuck in or broke in, 50,000 people, from what I saw, the amount of medical personnel they had wasn't really that much. So they were still under equipped, I would say, right? So the organizers of the event are basically the people who were responsible for the majority of what happened. What do you think about that? Do you think it's all Travis's fault? Because I definitely don't. Now, moving on from Travis to the people who were in the crowd, right? Because everyone's in the crowd, not everyone, but a lot of people, thousands of people are participating in their little pockets of mosh pits and raging and celebrating and whatever. And if you go into an event and you see these kind of things and you go toward it to participate, if something happens to you, then hey, it's your fault. If you tried to get out and you couldn't, then obviously it's not your fault there. So this is like a difficult topic to talk about since people died and some people there may be more deaths that happen because of the people still in the hospital. But all I want to say is I do not believe that it is all Travis Scott's fault. The organizers of the event and the people in the crowd who can't control themselves, whether they're on drugs or they're just super hyped and lit, as the young people say. Common human decency would tell you if you see someone on the floor passed out, at least give them their space, right? Or try to move around or alert someone to come and help them. Am I making any sense here? I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling on too long. Anyway, just let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Let me know your opinion in the comment section down below. And let's talk about it. Who's to blame?